Hi everyone, it's Eddie here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. And today I want to do some image transfers on the gel plate, which I'm getting better at, but I didn't have a lot of images to use that I could transfer on the plate, meaning I really don't have any magazines. But yesterday I went to the post office to mail some stuff, and I said, I'm gonna go to the thrift store, and I got a haul of National Geographic magazines, 50 cents a piece, and they were from, I got some from 1957, some from 1959, and then the rest from the 90s. And I also got a computer textbook, like teaching you how to use the computer and programming and all that. It's a really big, thick textbook, and had some fun pages. So these are from National Geographic. I thought we could practice with these. And then this is from that book, the computer textbook. That's some really cool print on both sides. And I wanted to transfer it. Now, here's the other one. Oh, this is what I want to show you. So this is a sheet from, a page from the, one of the National Geographic magazines, and it transferred pretty well. And this is from one of the older ones, I believe. Could be, unless, this one might be one from the 90s. I apologize. But either way, it transfers really well. And you see, I picked it up with a minty green. Isn't that cool? All right, so those were my tests last night. And so I'm going to be using my 8x10 gel plate, and then just some standard white paper, copy paper. This is a little dirty on one side, but we can use the other side to lift the prints. And I'm using a black paint. This is Mars Black from Liquitex. Many artists who do gel transfers, image transfers on the gel plate, swear by this. So this is what I use, and it works, I would say, 9 out of 10 times. But with gel printing and doing image transfers, a lot of the success you have or don't have depends on the weather, different conditions. There's all sorts of elements. I decided to do this today and get it done because it's a really nice day here, meaning it's sunny out, the weather is dry. Humidity is not a friend to me and image transferring, so I try not to do these when it's too humid outside. But now that we're in autumn and the air is getting crisper and drier, it's a good time to do this and practice. And the key is not to get too much paint on the plate. You want to get enough, but you only want enough that you want a layer where you can see through to underneath, right? Not completely, but you can start to see it, right? Because with too much paint, it won't work, and too little won't work either. So it's definitely something you have to practice to get it right. And clean my brayer off here, and then I'm gonna come back and take some of this off, kind of smooth it out. Okay, and then I'm going to take my page, lay it down, and then what was I using yesterday here? I was using this is packaging to pick up the extra paint. And as you're doing that, you smooth out your book page. Make sure it's got good contact with that paint. And this is something you don't want to rush, but you also don't want to go slow. You've got to find the right time to pick it up. All that paint off. And my plate is fairly well conditioned right now, so it's sticking pretty well. I'm going to take a little peek here. There we go. Not all of it transferred, but we got a good print there. I hope you can see that print there. Actually, a piece of white paper would be better, Eddie. There we go. You can see it's on there. So let's, it's only half the page. So let me see. Let's get one of these other images. Oh, we can do the other numbers. I got the other side here. Here, so let's do that. I'm gonna take this off. Okay, and then we just have this, and we can do it right there. So a little more paint. And these are great for making, you know, really cool, fun, interesting gel prints. You can do this for making papers for collage. Also, you can use it to create backgrounds for a junk journal or a scrapbook. But it's really fun. Fashion magazines are great resources for images to transfer. Let's see here. Ooh, did it not come up? What's the issue? This one may not have worked. Yeah, that was on too long, maybe. See? Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. But that is how it goes with image transfers. Okay, I got some text here on this other page. This was the one I did from the National Geographic. Let's see if this side works. You don't learn unless you give it a try. All right. I'm just going to put it upside down. Doesn't matter. We're practicing right now. There you have it. See, it worked. It worked quite well. That's actually really clear. Okay. So move that over. This needs a second to dry. It shouldn't take too long to dry. I do have one that is dry that I transferred last night onto this plate. Let's pick it up. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and pick it up. It doesn't need any fancy technique. You just pick a color you like. Now, obviously, you don't want to use black because then you just don't have anything. So you could use white, you could use your pink, you could use beige, you could use a light green like that. Yesterday on the other print, I used mint, this color here. Try this blue here. This is a light blue permanent from Liquitex. Again, you don't need much. You don't need a lot of paint. This is. It's not like there's a thick layer of paint on from the transfer. So this is very, very thin. All right. This works with craft paint. I've tried it with craft paint. It works pretty decently. When you know, for image transfer. But I prefer the Liquitex. And I need my bearing. Where's my bearing? There it is, right behind me. Give that a nice rub. And what the Baron does, this guy here, it's got a flat, smooth, very smooth surface here. This helps to burnish the paper, meaning it makes sure you get even contact with the paper and the gel plate and the paint to make sure you have a nice, successful pull. Okay. So you got remnants of that black paint and left over from the original pull, I think. But yeah, that's interesting. You don't, some of that black paint was already on there. I may need to clean the plate, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? While I'm thinking about it, I'm just going to do a quick clean up here. And what I do is I just take a little baby oil, a few drops on there, like that. And then you just take your fingers and you rub, gently rub. And that's going to clean up the surface. Make sure you get your edges. It conditions your plate so that you have more successful pulls and things don't rip up. Now, there's plenty of artists who do not clean their plates. They don't believe in it, and that's their vibe, that's their thing. But I do a lot of printing where I want to pull the full print. I want the full image. I use a lot of stencils, as you know. So I don't do that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's, it's your gel plate. You do what you want. But that's just not my thing. But if that's what you want, that is cool. Now, sometimes the gel plate gets discolored, depending on, what you may use on it. I know alcohol inks can tend to discolor the plate, but that usually doesn't affect the performance of the gel plate. Just clean some of this up here. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to let that oil sink in and dry on the plate. Another oil you can use is a food grade mineral oil. That works really well, especially the kind that you use to put on your cutting boards. That's a good one. So a couple options there. So let's come back to this one, because this is most definitely dry. And we'll get a color for this one. Now, if you don't want that here, those splotches, you can come in with a wet cloth or a baby wipe. I just happen to have baby wipes. And you can just come in and clean that up a little bit. Trying not to get rid of your print. Get rid of that line if I wanted to. And I'm just using one finger and just going in around. Again, you don't have to do this. I just wanted to show you that you can. This is an optional. Then down to there. I think that's good. I think it's good. And that way you get more of your background paint to show without it having those a lot of blotches. A little bit more here. Oops, that was a gel plate. That wasn't me. All right, I'll set that there. And let's pick it up with Let's just do the beige. I think a beige would be good. That way you can see it well. Again, that was the plate. kind of wiggling the brayer, trying to avoid some of the spottiness of the, when you roll out the paint. Can't always avoid it, but you do what you can. We're just gonna pick this up on this side here. A Baron is also good if you have arthritis, if you tend to have issues with the skin on your hands, if they dry too much or if they crack. This is good because a lot of rubbing on the paper with your bare hand can irritate your hand. And this particular wood Baron was made by artist Anthony Cody, who is out on the west coast of the USA, Pacific Northwest to be more exact. And he sources out his own wood and turns them right in his home. And this is an inlay of abalone and I want to say it's azure, but they're relatively inexpensive for what they are, and that they're handmade. He has an Etsy shop and he sells other items that he makes with wood. And if you feel you need a custom size, you can reach out to Anthony and he will help you out and get you the right size. I will list his Etsy shop in the description box. I believe it's Cody Crafts on Etsy, but again, don't quote me. I will have it in the description box. You see? Much better. There's a lot less of that splotchy black. And how cool is that? Get photos out there. I can use that for something another day. Let's try another one. What do we have over here? We've got this girl. How about we do the girl? Right, we can do that. And I know I could use scissors, but don't matter. Let me do it. We can do three photos if we wanted. I'd use my 5x7, but it is currently occupied. If I wanted just to do the girl on, I could do it on the big plate and then later on add other stuff. Oops. Sorry, cat hair. But let's just print some of these images. Just go ahead and get it done. How about this? This one here. With the ladies working the copy machine. Because apparently back then, that was a woman's job. I don't know. Okay, it's brayer. It's gonna need a cleaning soon. That is for sure. Right, so paint, that's what we need. Good amount. I don't think I need to take any off, so I'm just gonna head, oops, place these. Let's see, how about there? Young lady here, and then these ladies here. Oops. Now I do have a couple of stamps somewhere. these guys that are my designs, actually. We can pull some paint off here. Give it a little border, if you will. And do some blocks here. How about that? All right, smooth that out. Oh boy, was it on too long? Yeah, this may have been on too long. Oh boy. Well, live and learn, right? I do need to put these onto something moist so it doesn't dry up on there. Meaning the acrylic paint on the stamps. Well, let's pick this up. It's pretty dry. Yeah. Let's pick this up and see what we got. I told you, not everything is going to be a success when you do this. So just, you know, keep that in mind. I'm going to use this mint color paint from, this is a Lucas Krill. It's semi-opaque. There we go. I mean, we may get more on the paper, on the print, than we could see on the plate, because sometimes that happens, but I don't think it was much. So, okay. Nope, just blobs and my stamps. But, you know, that can actually make a really cool page in a junk journal. There. Very, very interesting. Yeah, that would make a really cool page for a junk journal. This with a center. Very cool. Set that aside. Definitely saving that one. All right, what else do we have that I pulled out? Now, I do save these and I try them again, because sometimes with laser printed papers, you can get another pull off of them. So once they're completely dry, I'll try them again. You never know. There's paper. Come on. Get that out of there. Yeah, so with your foam stamps, if you use them with acrylic paints, just make sure that they get cleaned immediately, or at least put onto something that's damp, so that you don't ruin them, because you want them to just spray them down a little bit. You don't want that paint on there to dry, because then your design is just done and you won't be able to, it won't soak up any ink anymore, and you don't want that. So what do we have here? We have these folks. Looks like they're miners or something like that. Yeah. I've got this guy here. Let's do this guy here. We'll do the whole page. Now, another paint I've used that I have had success with is this one from Liquitex. Is a primary blue. Now that I say that, oh, I've had success with this. It's not going to work, but yeah, fingers crossed, right? Now, I've seen other artists, especially Froyle Davies, use lighter, all different color paints. So it's possible. Again, it depends on your environmental conditions sometimes. And she does great transfers of her own photographs, which she has laser printed at her local print shop. I've done those before on a video. Just looking in my gel printing, on my gel printing playlist. All right, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Look at that. Bam. Now, sometimes you get those splotches. That's cool, because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be something there that you can work with. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry a second, but let me show you what that looks like. So it's a pretty good transfer. You see the guy is his arms, his hands, his face, the smile, or smile, the lamp, curtains, whatever was on his desk there, and then the text down below. So there you go. That paint worked very well. And our wipe off sheet coming along well. Cleanup sheet. Let's go ahead and do this one on the other plate, because that one is dry now. The one I conditioned. All right, let's get this down. Yep, still on camera. And what color should we do for this? Should we try a yellow, or maybe a purple? Let's try this Prism Violet. Prism Violet. It's another Liquitex color. It's a transparent. That is probably way too much. So let's see here. Although this one I know dries quickly, so I think that was the problem with the print we did previously, where I did the 3 different photos. I may have not put on enough paint. A little too much paint. However, I think it's good, because it got a nice transfer. Got a little puckering. And here's the thing: when you first condition your plate, like when you start using it right after, you just notice here the paint separating like that. That's called crazing. That's the oil reacting with the water in the paint. FYI. Now this actually, that would be a really cool paper to use. I just want to see something here. Let's see if I can get that on some of this white paper. Excuse me for a moment. Some of the excess paint off. All right, you move over here to dry, and let's put it in here. I have never done this before. We're just going to see what happens. Huh. Some of the black from the original print came off, but look at that cool effect. It gives like the outlining there. Cool. Sometimes it's fun to take a stencil or a mask and add some of the elements from that over this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. on this side here. Do we want to go this way? Okay. So let's do copper. Don't know why, but I want to do a little copper. Now I'm just going to brayer it from here. I'm not going to brayer it too much because I don't want to pick up any of that blue glow. Blue glow. Jesus, talking is difficult for me today. And we'll just give a little bit of a hint of that there. Let's see. Not bad, a little thicker over here, but I'm cool with that. Take some of that, put it over here. All right, let's let that dry for a second. All right, so let's pick this up. You know what? I want to do some gold. Let's pick this up with gold. Okay, let's use this deep gold. Paper down. All right. Again, this shouldn't take too long to dry. I want to do a lime green. Let's pick it up with some lime green. This is going to be a funky print. Come on. There we go. And you can certainly use different papers to pull your print. I'm just using the white copy paper today because I really want to just focus on the transfer, the image transfer. And so far, we've been pretty successful, I'd say. Let's see here. Nope. All right. Gonna give this another go around. Set that to the side. Let's see how we did here. That is cool. So look at that. Very nice. Some great little texture. And kind of got like a border going on here, which is cool. I like that. Very nice. You go ahead and let's continue. Let's do what we've got. We've got one image left. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I'm gonna trim that off. That got wet from the baby. Excuse me, the baby wipe. So for this one, I'm just going to use a portion of the plate to get it printed. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go this way. Do it over here. Oh. Don't stick yet. Not your turn yet. Let's pick another color to pull this with. How about, let's try Cad Yellow. Never know, right? Gotta try it. So that's about that, yeah. I love this packaging because you can, that's got a, perforated edges, so you can tear it, pull it apart into sections you want. Very cool. Well, I don't know what we got there, but let's put this down here. See if I can get any of that extra paint off. No, I don't know. Don't know. Probably not. That's actually kind of cool, painted yellow. That's very neat. Okay, let's let that dry. Did get anything? White paper. Not much, got a little bit. We got a little bit. So on this, we'll use a darker color to get, to pull that with. But foist, all right, gonna move these out of the way. Let's get that other print pulled. I think this is the one we did with the lime green. All right, here's the moment of truth. Oh, that's so cool. Definitely funky. Definitely funky. But I like it. That's what I love about gel plating. It's always a surprise. Unless you're trying to be very exact, which that never always works out for me, no matter how much I plan. All right, you're going back here. Let's see. It probably won't show up. Right? I'm trying to think. You know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm not worried about it. If it don't work, it don't work. It's all about experimentation. Yeah, not much. I knew it would do that, but there really wasn't much left on the plate anyway. The yellow did not work as well as I would have liked it to work, so we can do something else on there. All right, so let me show you what we've done so far. Black, just the black prints. All right, we just did this one. And this one we did with the primary blue. And then we did a little mask work here with the gear stencil from PM Artist Studio. This is copper, and then we pulled it with the lime green. These are some of the prints, the photos or the magazine pages we used for the transfers. Those are cool. Here. Oh, that was this guy here. Ta-da! And then there was this one here, which we determined there wasn't enough paint on the plate, and that's why we didn't get enough of a transfer, or hardly any transfer. And this one worked out well. The print came out nice. And this is the one I did last night. Test one. And then this cool one. I like this one. This we pulled with Prism. We did the image transfer with the Prism Purple or Prism Violet. And then we pulled it with the gold paint. Great combo. I love it. Love the borders, all that good stuff. Just want to hold it up so you can see the really cool texture going on through there. All right, so, I mean, I would say we were 90% successful with image transfers today. You know, the worst that can happen is you get this and just paint over it. So I hope you learned something today. I hope you enjoyed it. I learned something today. I'm definitely going to keep doing this and keep trying it now that I've got a nice stash of magazines to play with. Yeah, so if you have any questions or comments or tips, I take those too. Put them down in the comments. I love comments. So, you know, make sure you leave a comment before you leave. Hit that like button, like your life depends on it. And subscribe if you haven't. Those are 3 fantastic ways to support my channel, and it doesn't cost you a dime. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.